Today we're going to fix an Oittm. You've seen this tire inflator and you see the problem and you see the solution. Story, of course. Nothing is ever easy in my life. This is a 1/4 inch inner diameter splicer or coupler or barb to barb fitting, however you want to call it. It's there. It's the same on both ends, and that will plug in there and in there. Couple of hose clamps and you're all set. So that's the repair. But the story is kind of fun. If you've been following my videos like you should be, you will know that back on July 3rd of 2025, I took the big 6 out with Lexmark's 567, and we went to the Home Depot, and we were looking for stuff there, and the one thing they didn't have that I needed was propane. On the way back from there is another Home Depot, but I had to go to the other one because I had another stop to make up in that area anyways. So on the way home is another Home Depot, and they had the propane, but along the way, the oxygen sensor quit on the big 6, and that caused all sorts of problems and led me sort of on a wild goose chase for stuff that I didn't need, but eventually got it fixed and everything sort of kind of is okay. And what I mean by sort of kind of is so far so good. I went to that same depot up there like I did the first time. The plan was to go there, and I again had another stop to make right in that area. So I went up there, went into depot, and I was looking for this and one other item, and they had neither. Stopped going to that depot. But again, I had another stop to make in that area. I went there, took care of my business there, and then went the same way back as I did with Lexmark's 567, along the same path, and of course in the same spot. The check engine light came. No, I'm kidding. Everything was fine with the car. And I went to the other depot, and they had one of 2 items. I should not have gone to the store to get this, because later, after paying almost $5 for just this, which is a total rip-off, I looked on Amazon, and on Amazon I found one of these. No, I'm sorry. Excuse me. 4 of these with 8 hose clamps, one for each side, for $7. So almost $5 or $2 more to have 3 more of them with clamps, and this didn't even come with clamps. The car, however, did just fine, and I want to get some miles down on it, so that was a nice little run for it. And like I said, everything is fine and everything's good with that, so I didn't mind the fact that I had to do that. But we're ready to repair this. I already bought this. Yeah, I could go back and buy the one on Amazon, but that'll be next time when I need one. I learned the hard way. What can I tell you? Anyway, it's here. This is it. And we'll open this up. We know the tire inflator works, and there's nothing wrong with it. So we're all good with that. There's that. We're going to need a couple of clamps as well. As luck would have it, I just happen to have clamps of the right size right there. These are from a kit that I got from Harbor Freight some time ago. Probably also a rip, and it's cheaper on Amazon, but anyway, it's there. And to drive those, to tighten them up, a 6mm socket. We're ready to repair. Maybe. Let's see how much fun this is going to be. Can I get all of the little cloth bits, and then I'm hoping that maybe I can make it look nice in the end also. So if we kind of do that and get the clamp on there first, then we can kind of roll this down. I don't know if that's a wise idea or if I should snip it off or what. We'll try to frill it back over. But I have a feeling this ain't going to go in nicely. It's going to fit, but it's not the greatest that I've ever seen. And we're only probably going to get that much out of it, which is okay. Okay, I'm just repairing this for the principle of it, and then the hose is going to break in another spot somewhere else. Anyway, I think what we're going to try is to put a little dot of soap on this, and that way it'll slip out of my hand. There we go. The soap is not going to interfere with filling a tire. I doubt this is actually going to make any difference, but oh, actually that made quite a difference. Oh my God, that really worked well. Very, very surprised. Not going to be as lucky with the next part, I'm sure. But we'll give it a shot. I want to try to do the same thing. And I sort of have to clean my hands and then get them soapy again. So I can do this kind of thing. Like that. That's not going to work. That's fine. Now, I want the clamps going the same way because that's how it should be. They're not. Good. You know, some people call it, you know, obsessive compulsive. Just the bottom line is, if you bought this and it was already like this, they would go the same way. That's how it's supposed to be. It's not that I'm crazy that much. I'm crazy, yeah, but okay. So it's OCD, that's fine. And we're going to just put that on there like that. We'll get a little more soap. Way too much. Perfect. Way too much. Definitely perfect. Okay. Now this is never going to go on the right way. Or all the way. Get it started. Yeah, this one's fighting me already. No, there's something, a little bit. Oh, wow! That is about as close to perfection as I would expect to achieve. Not bad. Wow, that's rather impressive. Which way should the thing point? I don't know. I'm thinking 180 from that. It just seems more righter. The chuck, I don't know, it just seems more right for some reason. And kind of like that. And that, and then we'll run that up, and then I'll trim off the rest, I guess. I don't know. So we'll see if we can get this driven down to the right spot. It's going. I like where the clamp is. I think that's acceptable. Okay. That's in. And then we'll run that up like that. And take this one and do the same thing in approximately the same spot, taking note to line these up as perfectly as possible so the OCD does not kick in. I refuse to diagnose myself with that. I know I have it, but I refuse to self-diagnose like that. probably wouldn't believe a doctor if he said that, or she. And I'm not going to an it or a they or a zay, them, Zimbabwe, whatever they call themselves. Definitely not going to deal with that kind of doctor. Looking good. We're on the barb in just about the right spot. Let's run it home. Okay. There we go. With a little bit of soap still on my hands, but we're doing okay. There we go. That's plenty tight. Of course, now it's not quite even, so we're going to have to loosen this and move it, which I think should be fairly easy, just like that. Okay, and now we'll tighten that back down. It's not easy because it's not quite right, you know, in the same plane as everything else. Oh, I'm surprised the clamp didn't just like skip and that. And as far as that stuff, it just is, you know. I could wrap a piece of electrical tape around all that, or so it's good. Fixed, right? It's fixed. It's ghetto. Clamps are straight, so we got that. All right, let's test it out. We'll get a supply of power. In case anybody is wondering what happened to my old Harbor Freight red jump pack that I always use, I still have it, but the battery in it is toast. It reads like 8 volts now, and that's about it. So regardless of if I charge it or not, so we'll do that. That's off, that's good. Everything's fine with that. This will never pack back up in it because it's right in the break where it would normally fold over. So now you get to bend it again and it'll break in that spot. I don't know. You could leave the hose out. You know, it's fine that way. Okay. You just press it and you get power. I also like that this Oittm included a red LED on the plug, just because they don't give you shit like that anymore. They're just like, nope, don't need that no more. Nope. Okay, it's set to 34 psi. Is it psi? Jeez. I think it remembers that. It better. Let's double check. Yeah, it's psi. Okay. Fair enough. I could probably just electrical tape over this whole thing and just make it a little nicer that way. Could have put heat shrink over it. I mean, how it's gonna break again anyway. Okay, so we'll do that, and it's set to 34 psi. It should pump up to that in no time. Except the fucking thing went out. Why does it shut off? Well, it pumped up and then it just lost pressure. Is that me? Is it the thing, the way it, I don't know. Okay, let's play the plus game. God forbid they would, you know, let you hold it and it increases. We'll go to, come on. $75 psi. Come on. We're getting there. 70, 1, 2, 3, 5. Let's see if I can hold that now and see where it ends up after pumping. Oh, it's leaking. Nothing is ever fucking easy. Shit. Good. Now you can turn off. I think the hose broke there. In which case, maybe we'll just scrap the whole damn thing. No, I guess we gotta undo more. Don't like it now. Nifty. That's great. Wow, I didn't expect that. I expected some bullshit, but not this. Oh yeah, it broke right the fuck off there. Now we got a hose stuck on that. Great. So, is it going to break again, or was that just a fluke and I didn't pull it back enough? Alright, I don't know. That's a terrible break. That's just chazzled. That is absolutely chazzled right there. Maybe the hose is just shit. Okay, I'm going to redo everything and I'll be back. Yeah, the clamp broke. It doesn't tighten, it just skips. So it's loosey-goosey. I don't know. Let's just try it again. Probably got to scrap this whole thing, and then I'll bend it more and more on the thing to see if it wants to break again. Okay, we're on the... Oh, there. Okay, it was just a shitty connection. We're still at 75. Let's see how bad it leaks from a clamp that's not tight. Well, not for nothing. It got up to pressure. It's holding-ish. I lost it, but let's hit it again. $72.5. 71. So maybe with a new clamp. I don't know. It was just a toy. I'll put a different clamp on it. And I think that'll be that with this thing. Because, like, what else are you going to do? It's probably just going to break again because I think the hose just gets rotten from the heat and from age. And it's made out of Chinese Play-Doh. This is Chinese Play-Doh. Because, like, okay, what is this? I just tore it, you know, like this. Look. What is this shit? This thing is from 2019, 6 years old, 2018, 7 years old, 6 or 7 years old, and it just, why is it Play-Doh? Just something a little bit, just a little better, and this could have actually lasted. Okay, anyway, I'm not going to waste any more of your time on that, but that's going to do it. Proof is that it can be fixed if the rest of it weren't a turd. I overpaid for this, but by the same token, the car is doing well. So all around, I think, a win. And that's going to do it. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you click like. Make sure you click subscribe. And take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.